got these massive expanses of water surrounded by mountains, and almost all of these mountains have small rivers and streams flowing off and down into these lakes. There's almost something very ominous about it. The fear of, oh, there's just absolutely nothing for 40 meters below me in some areas. It's just an absolute adventure. So I'm Chris, and for those that don't know me, I go by the Ginger Fisherman on YouTube. Oh my God, I found an absolute mammoth of a canal pike. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years full time, doing YouTube content, fishing content. It's mostly small waterways, little skinny rivers, small canals, do a bit of everything, all around angling, but probably mostly lure fishing.
Caught in the concrete jungle.
We've come up here in early spring, and the hope is to get some post-spawn fish. We're targeting some really, really wild venues. Basically, they're starting off larger and getting smaller and smaller and more manageable. The first 2 venues I'm going to be out on the kayak with Lachlan. Then on the final day, we get to the smallest venue, which I'll get to myself to do some bank fishing. We have got a lot of wind forecast over the next few days, so I'm sure it's going to make it very challenging fishing from the kayak, but I'm always up for a new challenge.
So my name's Lachlan Cameron. I am Cumbrian born and bred. I live in a national park here, which this is my playground. I work as an outdoor instructor, so I do 4x4 driving, clay pigeon shooting, axe throwing, bushcraft, and in my spare time I go fishing, and that's why I started my fishing business, Wildjack Fishing. It was to get out on the water, get people fishing on all the magnificent lakes around the Lake District here.
Talk to me, mate. How are you feeling?
Yep, I'm really excited. Obviously, we know there's some good fish in this water, a lot bigger than the biggest fish I've ever caught. I think my personal best is on baits, so it already doesn't count, and it was about 24 pound from my local canal. So if I can get anything even close to that from this water, it'd be absolutely epic. And with the scenery, like the mountains in the background, looks absolutely incredible. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll find some fish today.
These are quite rapid, these, aren't they?
So the reason I choose to use a kayak is because the kayaks give you freedom to go on all the different kind of lakes. Not all lakes allow motors or electric motors. Some are just strictly paddlecraft only, which is where the kayak comes into its true form, and it allows you to have the ability to go fish anywhere you want, really.
Being in amongst the scenery is like amazing. All the huge mountains all the way around the lake, absolutely beautiful. Just need a pike. The conditions are really good for it, but we are going to an area which has got lots of vegetation and hopefully some pike waiting for us. Well, you never know, we might be able to get 1 or 2 on the way there.
Hailed it as well. Yeah. This one's very skinny with a massive head. Finally got down to the bottom of the lake where we said there'd be. Couple of casts in, little jack to start with. Oh God, that was awful. That was the worst release ever. Oh God.
Yeah, I think the environment that you're fishing in massively plays a part in the experience. I think it's not necessarily about the fish you catch, it's about where you're catching it. In these vast open expanses of wilderness, just finding the fish, one, is incredibly difficult. So to get one and get the pictures in the background of the mountains and have that feeling of catching these truly wild fish that may never have been caught before, just has a really cool feeling to it.
It like moved my rod a bit, and I was like, is that a fish or is it a snag? Is
that a fish or a snag?
That's a fish, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. A little jack pike, tiny little jack pike. Hey.
Right, we've just had my very first Lake District pike, and it's not quite the monster that lives in here, but if we keep searching, maybe we'll find one big enough to eat this one. Absolutely stunning fish here. It's like really nice green colour to it. So I'll get this one slipped back now, and fingers crossed we'll get this one's mum, grandma, and grandpa, hopefully. See you later, mister. Fishing growing up was obviously my hobby. It was my way of getting out, getting away from work, getting away from stresses. Whereas now it's a little bit different because obviously it is now my full-time job. But when you're out, especially like we are now, and you find that little piece of heaven, does it ever really feel like work? Right, so as you can tell, we're heading back now. The weather is absolutely horrendous. It sort of fined up nicely when we was in the top bay, and we managed to get some action. We had a couple of jack pike. It was that blade bait that really worked out today. Both the pike, for me and Lachlan, were both caught on that blade bait, so we're probably going to be doing that tomorrow. We are literally heading back. We've probably got about half an hour still of moving, but then we're going to go to the pub, get some food, get a good night's sleep, and be back out again on a new venue tomorrow to hopefully get some bigger Lake District pike. Oh, let this over the road.
Yeah, if you just lower that down slowly.
Right, so yesterday was a bit tough, but the conditions weren't great. It was really windy, we had rain, it was cold, and we just couldn't get the fish to feed. Plenty of follows, but only a couple of takes. But we're at a different venue today. The weather is loads better, at least loads better for, well, this type of fishing. It's a little bit calmer, there's a bit of chop, it's gonna be a lot easier in the kayaks. And all in all, it just feels like a much better day today. It's really mild, and we've got a feeling some of those fish are probably going to be coming up shallow. So we're going to be hitting some areas. This water, from what I've been told by Lachlan, they prefer soft plastic baits. So we're rigging up some soft plastics, probably going to mainly focus on the curl tails. And then we've got a reed line down there, which is a bit shallower. We're hoping to go down there, and fingers crossed, some of them pike are moving up into those shallow areas with the warm weather, and we might be able to get a few more fish today. Apparently, there's some nice doubles in here. Go up to 20 odd pound, so there is a chance of some real big fish as well. Let's get moving. Yep. Yes.
That'll be relatively shallow there, so keep it quite high there.
These waters are just vast in comparison to my usual waters. For me, it's like finding a needle in a haystack with these fish, which is why, you know, having Lachlan, being able to have lots of local knowledge of these lakes came in real handy.
I think if you compare it to like a canal or a river or something like that, the lakes I find is a lot different. They're looking for the shelves where the flat area drops off into a deeper plateau. Them drop off edges are mainly where you find the fish. Obviously you can find them in the shallows, but it's not like you're fishing a canal where you can see a fish maybe. You kind of have to know what you're doing, know the geography underneath the water really, more than anything. There's one. Yeah, just a little one. Tiny. Get in the net.
Oh, fish! Fish!
He's got one.
Yep. Ah.
Do you want me to net it?
Can't do. You've already got one in the net, haven't you? Right, so we've just had pretty much a double look up. Lachlan got his in the net, and Molly was about to have a look at it. My rod went, and pretty wicked. Both these fish look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
as well.
immaculate fish.
Wicked.
Obviously not massive, but
yeah, not
still
huge.
nice to get a double hook up.
Yeah,
Beach yesterday's
I was going
fishing.
to say, mine just ripped it through the weed and it smashed it on the other side.
Yeah.
So definitely liking these weedy margins anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to lie, if it was any other venue local to me and the fishing was really, really hard and I was struggling for a bite, I'd probably either consider moving venue or going home. Whereas out here, you know that a lot of the times bites are going to be hard to come by anyway. So it's just a case of enjoying the scenery while you're at it. It's almost like if the fishing is going hard, you put that on the back burner, enjoy the views, the surroundings, the scenery, the wildlife, and keep your fingers crossed that if you're lucky, maybe you'll get that smash on the rod tip and get that wonderful moment in this wilderness.
Fish, oh, come on. God dang.
So fifth fish of the day for me, on the same little beast paddle tail again, in that motor oil colour. Not the giants we're after, but still fun to catch. Right, let's get it unhooked.
How do you feel today went?
I think it was a success today. It was frustrating at times because I think I personally lost more fish than I actually caught. I had two lovely jacks, but the rest of the fishing, I mean, I had a big strike up against the reeds. There was a big cloud of dirt left behind, which tells me it could have been a good sized fish. I also had one right up on the surface that I lost as well. But all in all, it was a fantastic session. I mean, if you're getting bites, getting wicked takes, it's banging the rod around, you've got mountains in the background, decent weather, you can't really complain, can you? Right, so over the last couple of days, we've had some great sport. Not a huge amount of fish and not any really big fish, but today could be the day. This is more my style of fishing. I've really enjoyed being out on the kayaks. It's something that I don't normally do, so that's really, really cool. But got the waders on. I'm going to be wading out today and hopefully targeting some of these pike around the margins of this lake. It's a lot smaller than the last two we've fished, so a bit more my style of fishing. I'm going to be targeting the reed line, shallow areas. We've already seen a couple of bait fish. There could have been trout topping just down this margin, which is a really good sign. So now it's time to get the beast baits cast out there and fingers crossed get a few more fish to end this session. Yeah, I would love to come back to the Lake District. I think if I came back here though, I'd like to bring the family. I mean, I've got a bunch of kids and they love nature and being out in it. Since, you know, what I do is being out in the wild all the time, they like to come and join me. So I'd love to be able to bring my partner and my kids here and bring them fishing and show them these amazing views. I mean, back when we've been walking around the lakes while we've been here, we've seen all sorts of wildlife around the margins and my family absolutely love that. And having not just fishing, but a passion for the wildlife and nature in the wilderness I like to instill that in them. I think it's very, very important. And that's something I would like to do. I'd love to come back here with the family, show them the site, show them the nature, the wildlife, and take it all in. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. And maybe even do a bit of fishing as well. And fingers crossed, maybe even get a fish or two. Right, so my time in the Lake District is coming to an end, unfortunately, but I've had a fantastic time. Yesterday and the day before was a real mad adventure out on the kayaks, and we had some wicked action to top it off yesterday. I think in total we had action from about 10 plus fish, with about 7 banked in total between me and Lachlan. But today we've not had so many. It's been a bit quiet, but the weather has been on our side. Absolutely stunning, beautiful sun, coming up over the mountains. You can't really not enjoy yourself. So I'd like to give a thank you to Lachlan for taking us out over the last couple of days, because that was a wicked bit of action. And the first time out in the kayak, and the first time being out in the Lake District too. And a big thank you to Abu Garcia for inviting me along for this wonderful trip, and I'll definitely be back again soon to hopefully catch myself a Lake District monster.